Hi Leo, welcome to your September 2016 general tarot reading. I'm going to do this method again just to get like totally random. Okay. The overall energy is the Seven of Pentacles. You're assessing a situation. This is one of those cards that, you know, I think about, and same with the Seven of Cups, which is in the upper right. That just seems kind of strange to me because it doesn't seem like very, eventful. And yet, I know personally that I feel like this card was very helpful for me when I first started doing readings on YouTube, because this is exactly the kind of thing that I think is especially important in two areas: entrepreneurship, if I can pronounce that word, and relationships. So if you're like plugged into a career, and I guess it could apply there too, but it tends to be pretty clear cut. You go to work, you do your job, what have you, collect your check, you go home. When you have your own business, there's a lot of experimentation because you have so much freedom. But sometimes people's fantasies kind of override reality, and they are tempted to give up when the fruits of their labor do not come immediately. And so this is a card of waiting for the harvest. Not necessarily reaping the harvest yet. Maybe it's coming in trickles. The man has a few leaves sprouting. So things are happening, but they're not happening very quickly. And he may, well, it looks like a lot of leaves. He may end up, doing very well, but he has to just be patient. And sometimes for those of us who are fire signs, being patient is difficult because we're so enthusiastic about what we want that we are just chomping at the bit. This definitely could have a relationship angle to it. Maybe this is an earth sign individual. Maybe this is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and you're not quite sure whether or not the two of you are truly compatible. Maybe you have a physical attraction, but you're not sure if there's much else other than that. And I do, I recommend that people give relationships time. I also recommend that they don't, give them forever, that they see something as it really is. And that way they, are more in touch with what's happening. Sometimes people see what they want to see. And sometimes if there's physical attraction and there's, a physical relationship, that obscures whether or not the relationship is compatible on an overall level. So that's another thing that can complicate it. In the recent past, we have the Three of Swords. So some sort of heartbreak or some sort of situation where there were three parties involved. Could involve an air sign individual or two air signs. That would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But this can also mean that you had to cut off a relationship very abruptly Maybe it was hanging on too long and you just had to cut it off, and now you're in a new situation. But I do feel that there is some kind of heartbreak associated with whatever is happening right now, where it's not that you are in that place anymore, but you may, some people may be involved with more than one party, and they're trying to see if it's worth leaving this person for their partner. The person, maybe you're the one that is doing the cheating, but you don't know, you don't really trust that this is more than a physical fling, attraction, and so you're kind of waiting it out and you're dragging your heels. Well, from what it says in the near future, choose wisely, because this could say that you have the wool being pulled over your eyes in some way. You're being deceived. Maybe the other person is really presenting themselves in a rarefied light that they really are not, that's really not them. But it could also be that when we talk about deception, that you do not see the relationship for what it is. You do not see that it's merely sexual. And you're thinking you're in love, and you're really not. You're in lust. What's the higher perspective? The Six of Wands, which can be a card of, it's a card of victory. It's a very nice card. It's saying that, you will rise to the top, whatever happens. Now, let me just go back, because for some of you may have gotten betrayed by your company. Maybe where you worked, you were not treated correctly. And maybe you either went out on your own and are doing your own type of work, or you went into another company, but you're not sure. It doesn't seem like it's taking off right away. And it's saying that you will be victorious. Don't fear it. Don't get too cautious where you're afraid to do anything, because then that will also delay your success. But this is a very positive card, the Six of Wands, and it actually indicates also some sort of recognition for whatever it is that you're doing. So that's great too. It could also say that a fire sign person is better for you: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And maybe you have been dealing with an earth sign, and that relationship is, the sexual chemistry is very good, but it's not really something you can maintain for a quote-unquote real relationship. It's more of just a fling, because maybe you had your heart broken, and maybe you were trying to get over it with that, and and then you're such a romantic type of person, you might have thought, okay, well, because you want to be in love. You want somebody that you can cherish. You really do. You can be very loyal. So it's just a matter of choosing the right person. What crosses you is the Ace of Wands. So you may be trying to get something going, something new, whether it's with another person or with a business that you own, and something is keeping it from happening. It probably has something to do with the Mercury retrograde. Actually, to be honest with you, let me think about this. Yeah, you're going to be having the Mercury retrograde and the new moon, which is the solar eclipse on the 1st of September, in your second house of earned income. So with the Mercury retrograde there might be some kind of delay or some kind of thing that happens that creates kind of a breakup in the flow, but it's only temporary. It's only for a few weeks, and then things will start to run smoothly again. Use this time to really think about how you earn your money and what you want to do. You may discover that there are many other avenues that you have to earn money. Maybe you're putting all your eggs into one basket, and that causes vulnerability, because if you lose one thing, then you have nothing.